Hare Krishna. How does the spiritual vision or spiritual outlook come about? If you see the karmis or karmakandis, they aspire for material enjoyment, but those who are karma yogis, they desire to become free from karma bandhana, from material bondage, because they know very well that material bondage punctuates your happiness with suffering. For example, you are a citizen of India, you can peacefully live, but if you do some thievery, in between they'll put you in jail for 3 months. So your happiness will be thwarted by your malpractices. So you decide that I will not do any malpractice and abide by the laws of the country, then I can live peacefully. In the same manner, in the path of karma, you will find that they do yajna dana tapaschaiva pavanani manishinam. They do yajna, dana, tapa. For example, they conduct Vedic sacrifices, they offer charity to Brahmins, they also do upavas and many things like that. By doing all these things, and also they avoid the sinful activities which are mentioned in scriptures that one should avoid. By all these things, they hope to live a peaceful life and prosperous life without being impeded by miseries. And those who are karma yogis, as they advance from nishkama, from the sakama karma yoga to nishkama karma yoga, they gradually become purified, like we were talking about Janaka Maharaj. The realization of nishkama karma yoga practice is that I am not the body, I am spirit soul. That much they can understand. They become relieved from the bodily understanding. And jnanis do many practices to get rid of the material suffering altogether and put a full stop to it. Tapasa brahmacharyena shamena damena cha tyagena satya shauchabhyam yamena niyamena va dehavag buddhijam dira dharmajna shraddhayanvitaha kshipanti agham mahadapi, he says. He says, they do tapasa, brahmacharya, shamadama, control of the senses, control of the mind. They do tyag of the material enjoyment, and they become avowedly truthful, and they keep themselves clean, taking bath 3 times a day, and yama, niyama and all they follow. And with body, mind and words, they become grave and sober. They don't waste a moment. They try to do spiritual contemplation by studying Upanishads and Vedanta and everything. And the result is, they come to the Brahma Bhuta stage. From the Jiva Bhuta stage, they come to Brahma Bhuta stage. So Jiva Bhuta means we are covered by the gross and subtle coverings and we are absorbed in bodily consciousness. Brahma Bhuta stage means you are still covered by body, gross and subtle body, but you are not attached to them anymore. You know that they are causes of misery. You realize that I am the spirit soul trapped in these 2 superficial material coverings and I have to get rid of it. So they become aloof, just like a supari or a nariyal, coconut, become separated. They realize aham brahmasmi, brahma bhuta prasannatma nashochati nakankshati samasarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktir labate param. At this stage, they are ready for bhakti. He says, mad bhaktir labate param. From there the Shuddha Bhakti starts, if they want to be Shuddha Bhaktas. But if they are impersonless, they may not take to the path of Shuddha Bhakti and they may just remain stuck in the platform of Aham Brahmasmi. That's all they may remain. And then the yogis begin from this point onwards. They follow yama, niyama, pranayama, asana. These 4 are called Hatha Yoga. How to restrain the body from going in wrong direction. Yama, niyama are the do's and don'ts. Ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, aparigraha, yamaha, shaucha, santosha, swadhyaya, japa, ishvara, pranidhani, niyamaha. These 2 aspects, yama and niyama, relieve them of all the material conditionings and even calm the mind completely and bring it to ground level. Then they do pranayam, even further calming the mind. And asanas to control the senses. And pratyahar, shutting the senses from all wrong inputs. the five senses. After doing all these things, they are ready for now aiming at samadhi. Then there is dharana, dhyana, samadhi, three-stage process. Dharana is to hold, dhyana is to focus, and samadhi is to absorb. So in this way, what do they absorb in? Because now already they are in Brahmabuddha stage. Brahmabuddha stage is a springboard from where we can ascend to the personal realization. So now their purification increases to a degree where they get a vision of Lord Vishnu. The standing in the Kshirodaksha Vishnu form. He is a Chaturbhuja Roop and with Mukut and Kundal and Shankachakra Gada Padma with a Pitambar, Kaustuba jewel in the neck and with Shivacha Chinha. The bluish, beautiful sapphire-like form of the Lord appears in their heart. And the yogi becomes overwhelmed with that blissful transcendental realization which is explained. Sukham atyantikam jattad buddhigrahyam atindriyam vedi yatrana chaivayam sitaschalati tatpataha yam labdhva chaparam labham manyate nadhikam tataha yasmin stito nadukhena gurunapi vichalyate tam vidya dukkha samyogam viyogam yoga samsitam sanishchayena yoktavyo yogo anirvinna chetasa. From this realization, they should not get distracted by anything else. Sankalpa prabhavan kaman tyaktva sarvan asheshataha. They don't allow even a single material desire to enter the mind. They keep the mind very, very pure so that this Vishnu realization, what they have achieved, will remain. Manasai vendriya gramam vinyamya samantataha shanai shanai uparamed. So in this way he says, with a focused attention on the super soul, initially they are able to 12 seconds see that form. Later on they are able to see the same form for 12 into 12 seconds, which is dhyana. Dharana, dhyana, samadhi means 12, 12 into 12, 12 into 12 into 12. So in this way, about half an hour at a stretch, they are able to hold the form of Vishnu in their mind with zero distraction. And because of that holding the form of the Lord in the heart, they become extremely purified. And they experience the spiritual bliss, which is beyond senses, mind and intelligence. It cannot be explained in words. So they experience the oceanic bliss. But this is called a Shantarati, where they are fixed in the realization that God is great, I am small, but they don't render any service. But as this realization matures, they develop a strong desire to do some service, and that's where they enter into the realm of Bhakti Yoga. So that is why it is said, Igayasya harer dasya karmana manasagira nikilashvapyavastasu jivan muktasya uchyate sarvopadi vinirmuktam tatparatvena nirmalam rishikena rishikesha sevanam bhaktiruchyate anya vilashita shunyam jnana karmadhyanavritam anukulyena krishnanushilanam bhaktiruttama. One should meditate on these three verses which give a clear idea of what bhakti is. Bhakti path involves not only remembrance of the Lord, but remembrance of the Lord doing activities and qualities of the Lord and characteristics. For example, Yashoda is churning the butter. While churning butter, her bangles are shaking and earrings are moving and they are producing a kartal type of sound. And she's thinking, oh, my Kana will be going in the forest. Whatever I have sent him, he'll be eating now. Sitting with his friends in the bank of Yamuna. I'm sure he'll be tasting it. So she's remembering what activities he'll be doing in the forest. In the same manner, the gopis cannot go to forest with Krishna, but they are sitting and doing Leela Smarana. Now Krishna must have reached this place. He must have reached Govardhan, he must have reached Govind Kund. So they are all discussing about Krishna, remembering him. Akrura is entering Vrindavan, is thinking of Krishna and Balaram milking the cows. Krishna is wearing golden pitambar, Balaram is wearing bluish pitambar. So in this way, every devotee you will see, they are remembering the qualities, behavior and nature of Krishna also. Bhishma Pitama is remembering Krishna in Chaivalras Rasa of Rathanga Pani. In this way, the devotees of the Lord, their mind and hearts are filled with Krishna's qualities, activities and pastimes, everything. Even while they are absorbed in different activities. Externally they are engaged in seva, but their mouths are murmuring the holy name. and their minds are filled with remembrance of Krishna's qualities, pastimes and activities. This is samadhi. Samadhi doesn't mean you have to sit like a yogi in one place and close your eyes tightly and then just meditate on one concentric circles or something. That's not samadhi. Real samadhi is when one becomes overwhelmed with Krishna's nature, qualities. Akrura became overwhelmed. Gopis were overwhelmed. Yashoda was overwhelmed. Bhishma was overwhelmed too. So the Pandavas were always remembering, where is Krishna now? What is he doing? So in this way, this is Bhakti Yoga. And the chanting of the holy name gives nourishment to the soul to remember such pastimes of Krishna very easily, effortlessly. You can see in the altar here, in Radha Vinod's altar, both the cows on either side, they are lifting their neck like this. They are not making sound. You can see the villages, the cows make sound. So you can see their thing hanging. And the baby calf also, looking at the mother lifting the head, the calf is also lifting the head with the legs also raised like this. You saw that? How many of you noticed it? Correct. So in the path of bhakti, it is not just your passive meditation. There is a longing. There is a madness. There is a divyonmad. To want to see the Lord, love the Lord, serve the Lord, make the Lord happy, moment after moment. Just as in the material platform there is hankering for material enjoyment, in the spiritual platform there is a hankering for seva bhav. In the material platform, one feels a burning sensation due to sense gratification. In the spiritual platform, there is a burning sensation due to separation from the Lord. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? There is a frantic search after the Lord. But the Divyanmad produces extreme bliss, and the material madness produces extreme suffering. So in this way, the chanting of the holy name is ultimately supposed to lead us to the point where we develop a longing. Shunyayitam jagat sarvam Govinda virahena me. The Govinda viraha in the long run will be increased more and more, and the devotee will search for the Lord wherever he turns around. In this way, the spiritual outlook is not only the eyes with which we try to see things as spiritual. That's the beginning, but actually over a period of time, when we have a proper spiritual outlook, the whole world will become, sukhalayam. Vishwam purna sukhayate vidimahendradishya kitayate, he says. Yat karunya kataksha vaibhavatam tam gaurame vastumaha. Although it is dukhalayam for the materialistic people who try to enjoy this material world, for devotees it is no more dukhalayam, it is sukhalayam, because devotees see that the world has so many resources. You just put one tulasi and offer the whole earth to Krishna. It's offerable because the earth has full of facilities, amenities for serving the Lord. Therefore, wherever a devotee turns around, it is said, yatra yatra netra padi Krishna Smriti. It is said, wherever Radharani turned around and saw, in that place Krishna manifested. Similarly, wherever Srila Prabhupada turned around and saw, he could see opportunity to serve Krishna. He saw a bus, he said, get the bus for Sankirtan. He saw a building, get the temple to build, get that building to build the Krishna's temple. He saw Americans, said, get the Brahmanas out of Americans. Wherever he turned around. So in this way, a devotee, moment after moment, remembers Krishna, and that is samadhi, actually. Samadhi means anything in relation to Krishna that is remembered, relished, cherished, spoken. That is actually samadhi. So we all are aspiring for that type of samadhi, spiritual outlook, where at moment after moment we will be present with Krishna, and Maya will go far, far away, because Maya has no place where Krishna is present. Yaha Krishna taha nahi Maya radhika. So this is the purpose of the chanting of the holy name. Go from material outlook to spiritual outlook. In spiritual outlook, increase and enhance the spiritual outlook in such a way that we will come to the ultimate stage of Premanjana Churida Bhakti Vilochanena Santas Sadaiva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti Yam Shyama Sundaram Achintya Gunaswarupam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamakham Bhajami. That's the ultimate realization of Premanjana Charita. Our eyes tinged with salve of love for Krishna makes one see Krishna everywhere. Just like if I wear yellow color spectacles, yellow tinted spectacles, everything will look yellow. If I wear a pink spectacles, everything will look pink. If I wear a Krishna conscious spectacles, everything will look Krishnamayam. Sarvam Krishnamayam Jagat. Harinam Prabhu ki. It's offer our humble obeisances and to all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord who are just like desert trees, ocean of mercy, full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti Vaishnava vrinda ki, Vaishnava Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki, Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki.